Howdy, 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 back at it again. Today's video is going to be a little bit of a call for help from lab monsters, Alex players, people that like labbing setups, because I found something and I want to see how applicable it is, but it's really hard to test all this stuff on my own. So I just am going to do a little bit of a setup here to get the frames that I want. So I'm going to do drive rush into stand heavy punch and hit on the third active frame. Normally this is plus, this ends up being plus 11. And if you do the route into crouch heavy punch into propeller jab, you'll see we're plus 6, right? Which means we can't link stand medium punch, which is kind of the goal. However, you'll see that we actually can make it plus 7. So what's going on there? What am I doing to make that more advantageous? Well, normally if I do propeller jab, you'll see there is 17 frames in between the active frame of crouch heavy punch and the startup frame or the first frame of that propeller jab. However, you can delay this by up to 3 frames and it will still combo. So that's 17, 19, you see it still comboed. What I want you to do is look at Jury's toe. I know, look at Jury's feet. This guy's a creep. No, seriously, just look at her feet. So if I do it normally, you'll see that her toe there is pretty much on that black line, right? Look at her big toe. It's pretty much on that black line. But if I delay the jab, you see it's actually a little bit past the line. And the more you delay the jab just to kind of exaggerate it, kind of the further she gets pushed back. So what's happening is when you delay this, and then you go into the lariat, she gets pushed back enough, and I know I dropped the combo, but she gets pushed back enough that the lariat hits later, and you get your whole combo. I'm sorry, I dropped it. I'm talking. But you get the idea, right? So that's interesting. I haven't found a whole lot of other places. Now, you don't just have to delay the jab. If I do a little bit of a different setup here, okay, and then I'm going to frame kill a stand medium punch and drive rush, and this will hit on the third active frame instead of the fourth active frame. I think I might have said third earlier. I'm sorry. What you'll see here is if I delay it, that's still not enough, right? It still doesn't work. But you can microcharge the lariats, and then it will also hit later. So let me show that. So there, that was all one sequence. You see I got 3 frames. If you look at the top frame meter on the left, I got 3 armor frames, and the startup of that lariat was 16 frames, which if you fully charge it is 21. If you don't charge it, it's 12. So you charge it for a little tiny little bit of time, and you can get it to hit later too. So what I'm wondering is if we can all as a community sort of come together and just check a bunch of spots where different meaties, like if you drive rush cancel from certain ranges, is there some combination of delaying the propeller jab, microcharging the lariat that can cause us to hit plus 7? And maybe the answer is no. I think that would totally suck. But I'm just really curious because this character's damage, not the greatest actually. And if we could find a way to kind of link into some of this stuff, it would really help. Hopefully that was helpful, and hopefully you can help me. As always, have a good time.